welcome back to my channel again. Tatuki class naludi we are going to study about types of movable joint. Tugga, in the previous class we have already studied about a joint, and we have also studied about types of joint. Uh, Types of joint such as movable joints, immovable joints, and slightly movable joints. Tatuki class naludi we are mainly focusing on types of movable joints. Tugga, the types of movable joints nalu we have four types of movable joints. Tugga, they are number one, ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, and gliding joints. Which four types of movable joints. Tugga, the the types of movable joints, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there's characteristics of different types of joints, and we have example. Tugga, the first nalu ball and socket joint nalu the characteristics of ball and socket joint in this type of joint, one end of the bone is round, and one end of the ball is one end of the bone is round and ball like do bane koi hana ani the example ya ani bone the one ani ki end the ani bone ki end the kade do round and ball like do bade round and ball like do koi, and which fits into the hollow cup shaped koi which fit into the hollow cup shaped socket of another bone hana ani bone di gach do ani bone ki hana do gach do socket do yani be kf jume do mina kf jume shape do, this is known as socket. Hollow cup jume do bade nalo koi ani socket nalo di gach fit be ani ball like gachalo ball round and ball like structure the nanalu fit be koi, that is why this is known as ball and socket joint. Socket gi nanalu ball di fit be ni degi ball and socket joint. Tugga, so here the bone can move in all directions. Tugga, the bone can move in all directions koi mo. Now the example the hip joints, hip joints and shoulder joints are the example of ball and socket joint. The ball and socket joint lami the ani the socket imade ana koi ani cup like structure do bade ana ani the socket selo the ani the round and ball like end of another bone is fit into the cup like structure of another bone. That is why this joint is known as ball and socket joint. Tugga, now the next joint we have is hinge joint. Tugga, hinge joint. Hinge lami the door nal use pe me na gachi door nal use pe me hinge goi, so gachi the characteristics de do sela bachindi. So hinge joint nalu di this type of joint allows movement in one direction only koi, one direction only. So door nalu hinge use pe tani hinge gi the door the one direction nalu chamchi move pe gachilo elo be me na moving the opening and closing of door remember the hinge key, same like that the hinge joint allows the movement in one direction only. Tugga, anaru it moves like a hinge of a door. The example the elbows, elbows joint the knees joint as ki elbows the knees the forward and backward some move be mate koi mo left and right the move me mate koi the one direction some move pe me dilu the hinge joint koi mo. Now next joint the pivot joint say pivot joints ani the ani ki characteristics the in such type of joints the pointed part of one bone fits into the cavity of another bone koi. The example bone chi gidi anibi end the dulo pointed anibi koi anibi pointed dulo analu ani the pointed ime pointed the ani pointed the pointed end of one bone fits into the cavity the next bone gidi anibi do koi the analu cavity the analu ani deep to me analu deep shape cup shape do mo analu ani cup shape the cavity the pointed end of one bone fit into the cavity of another bone imbe koi and with the pointed in the nanalu enter beni imbe koimo example chita wachindi example sao ta wachindi ta hana pen do me pen gi top dulo and the pen gi top di ani khapto yadi pen gi khapto di ani di cavity imbe koi cavity of another bone imbe me ani di tele ani pen di tip du ma ani pen gi di anal tip du bade amchi di tip du ta ani di kasimbe ani di pointed part of one bone imbe the pointed part of one bone fit into the cavity of another bone ta ani di cavity ani di pointed end of one bone imbe ani di cavity of another bone imbe ta ani cavity nalu di pointed end di ani be jiu simbe bade analu koimo the pointed end of one bone fits into the cavity of another bone ani zoom joint diludi kachilong pivot joint silong koiga koimo the example the joint between the first and second vertebral column of the backbone lo koi the joint between the first and second vertebral of the backbone is example of pivot joint analu first and second nalu gade biu ta ani di cavity imbe me lower bone ki cavity ani di upper bone ki pointed end imbe upper bone ki ta ani di kasi biu analu fit biu ani be tele and the lower bone and the upper bone ani be fit biu sim koimo the last one is gliding bone the gliding bone di kasi me in this type of joint one bone slides over the other goimo one bone slides over other imbe ta katibe slides lamidi ta the bone ni dome ani bone chi ani bone another bone ani di ta ani bone ni di ani be deu ani be slide over slide koi sliding ani be or ani be slide be deu slide be koi ani di known as kasilbo gliding bone analo ta in this type of joint one bone slides over the other koimo ta amchiri the two class nalodi so if you have any doubt please drop in the comment tubga doubt ever in the comment nalu drop your comments drop your doubts tubga and the two thank you and please do subscribe to my channel for more videos and see you in the next video thank you